Hello, Em.
Hello, teacher.
Are you ready for the test?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's go. Now, let's talk about global warming. I will ask you a question and you answer please, okay?
Yeah.
How is electricity generated in your country?
There are different ways for electricity to be generated. One of the most common way is to using the water factory.
Yes. Okay. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of fossil fuel energy?
In my opinion, fossil fuels has more disadvantages more rather than its advantages. For
Yes.
example, fossil fuel can cause pollution, which make harm to our health and body. But in general, fossil fuel is a lot of cheaper than other energy, and
Yes.
it can be easy to transport too.
Exactly. And what about renewable energy?
Oh, I can deny that renewable energy have a lot of advantage.
Yes.
It is clear and will not bring pollution to us. But to be honest, I think it's not very affordable.
Yes. It's not easy to have.
Yeah,
And you have something else to share?
and for renewable energy,
Yes.
we have to depend on the climate and the weather.
Exactly.
Like it's not always available.
Yeah, you're right. And what about nuclear energy?
Well, I think this is a hard one to answer because in our country we don't have nuclear energy.
Okay.
But from my knowledge,
Mhm.
I know that is a very dangerous energy to use,
Yes.
and it's quite expensive.
Yes, it's one of the most powerful but also the most dangerous.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you very much. Let's go to the next question. Okay, let's talk about your abilities.
Yeah.
Okay? Can you tell me 2 things you could do when you were 3 years old?
When I was 3 years old, I could clearly talk and I can walk too.
Okay. And 2 difficult things that you managed to do or
Yeah.
succeed in doing last year.
Well, in the past, I couldn't cook, so I tried so much,
Yeah.
so that now I think I'm better at cooking.
Wow.
And other thing is that I managed to have good grade in class.
Okay.
Yeah, and I succeed in.
It's a good year
Yeah.
achievement. Alright. Can you tell me 2 things that you have tried to do in the past but couldn't achieve?
Two things that I couldn't do in the past is that I tried to learn some other languages, but I couldn't because it's too hard for me. And the other thing is I tried to play a sport, like I tried to play basketball,
Oh, really?
but I failed it.
Why?
Because I think I'm just not sportive.
Okay, it can be an option.
Yeah.
Can you tell me something that you don't like not being able to do?
Like as I mentioned, I cannot play sport.
Alright.
So that I cannot participate in any competition at my school, and that's quite like a loss to me.
Alright, I can understand. It's a bad thing, but you can
Yeah.
exercise, maybe in the future you'll be better.
Yeah.
So, does your local council encourage you to recycle and make it easy for you to do so, or not?
Yes, they actually encourage us a lot. I have seen them launching a campaign on how we should reduce the use of plastic bags,
That's a
and
good
like
thing.
they use the speaker to tell us to raise our awareness of the pollution. And also I have seen them like handing out a lot of leaflets and sticking the signs into the walls.
Okay, it's a good
Yeah.
carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Do you think that plastic bags should be banned in the
Uh,
country and everywhere?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah?
Because we can use other type of bags rather than plastic bags so
Yes.
that we don't cause harm to our environment.
For example?
Like we can use paper bags instead.
Exactly, because they can be just renewable.
Yeah.
Alright, let's justify with your opinion. The reason
The reason I believe that
is
is because
what is because?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Alright, so just for helping you to finish your sentence.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can go to the other questions. It was deceitful of the police officer to talk about behavior, alright?
Yeah, it was deceitful of the police officer to arrest the man.
Who didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Okay. It was forgetful of the doctor
To not tell the patient what pill to take.
Alright. It was cunning of the teacher
to yell at the student who didn't do anything.
Okay, that's fair. It was oversensitive of the student
To cry in front of the class.
Exactly. It was pushy of her mother
To show off her daughter good grades.
Okay. It was cynical of the government to
make the new laws against the humankind.
Perfect. Now, let's talk about mixed conditionals. If mobile phones, alright?
Yeah.
If mobile phones hadn't been invented, people today would do something or wouldn't do something else.
They would use letters. They would write letters to send to their relative or friends instead of like using their phones.
As we were supposed to do many centuries ago.
Yeah.
And what they wouldn't do.
They wouldn't have chance to like have the internet to find more information.
Yes,
Like they have to.
Worldwide.
Yeah. Like if that happened, they would have to use the books instead.
Yes, and that's too slow despite the internet. Yes, let's go. The second one. If my family were billionaires, I would
travel around the world. I would do something crazy like go to the moon or.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're ambitious.
Yeah.
And if your family were billionaire, what wouldn't you have?
Well, if my family were billionaires, our family would live in a very luxurious city, so I wouldn't have lived here and meet my like really very loyal friends.
Alright, okay. If I had studied harder since the age of 6,
if I had studied harder, I would be the best student right now. Like I can join a lot of contests and like win some prize.
Yes. And in the opposite hand, what wouldn't you have?
If I study harder, maybe I wouldn't have time for friends and family.
Exactly. That's correct. Alright. Let's go to the next one. Emphasis. Now I will ask you to read, alright?
Yeah.
You can just learn this and then you will have to put the good emphasis. Okay?
Yeah.
Can you please go with the first question?
The sports star I admire the most is Messi.
Messi.
Yeah, although I don't actually watch sports, but
Same.
because my family really likes him, so I do.
Alright. can you tell me how can sports stars can be good role models for young people?
What they need to do is just try their best in their career, so that young people will become more ambitious and to achieve the goals.
Yes. So yes, here is sports. What should sports stars never do, in your opinion?
Yeah. Under no circumstances, sports stars should behave badly, like have bad manners, treat people like they aren't human.
Exactly.
Like become so arrogant,
Yes,
so
taking their power too much seriously.
Yeah, so don't respect anybody.
Exactly. This is every human being.
Yeah.
Can you please describe the last time you watched or played sport?
What happened was like my class and some other boys in a match, and my class won. I just remember that all.
Okay. And it was funny because you were sharing this experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Now tell me which sport is the easiest to start playing or doing, and why?
I think,
in your opinion.
In my opinion, I think running is the easiest because all you need to do is run. You don't need to have like any
equipment.
Or skills.
Yes.
You don't need to be so skillful. Like your physical health is, you don't need to be very strong.
Yes, I agree with you. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now, let's try some photo description, and I want you to say to me, why do you think they are wearing helmets?
I think they are wearing helmets because they need to keep safety. If they go rafting and in the most unlucky situation, their heads will hit on the rock and it will cause injuries.
Yes, because they are rafting, right?
Yeah.
And what positive effects do you think mental and physical could rafting have, in your opinion?
It can increase the teamwork spirit, and you can make more friends, which can reduce the risk of having depression.
And what about physical effects?
Physical, you can be stronger because you have to do a lot of activities.
Yes, that's true. Tell me about something you found difficult but managed to successfully do in the end. Maybe about something else in sport.
Well, to be honest, in the past I attended in a drawing competition, and I was really worried if I can make it. So I asked my friends for advice, and I practiced a lot, and then I won the first prize.
Wow, that's a beautiful story.
Yeah, I think I deserve it.
Yeah, of course, that I was saying to you, you deserve it. When you make efforts into exercise or goals, when you make it, you're so proud. Alright, so I will thank you very much for this test, and see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.